I'm live on Instagram and Facebook, so this is going to be confusing. I'm also going to try to see if my personal page can share. I think it can. And then this is going to be everywhere. Share now. Yep. Okay. Doing it? Yeah. Hi. So I know it's 12 o'clock, so people are probably going to lunch, or they're still working. Maybe you went to lunch at 11 and so you're back to work. So I don't expect for a lot of people to be on right now, but that's also my way of being okay if people don't come on live video, because it is scary going live. You don't know if anyone's gonna show up and be interested. It takes courage to go live because you're live. If you screw up, it's on you. So it's also scary because branding is such a big idea. And so there's many ways that you can explain branding, and I don't have 3 hours to explain branding to you, and that's because it's just, I'm not going to take up all your time, but it's actually something that Luhv'lee is working on, and it's going to be a process that I offer in the future that I'm super excited about, like super, super excited, because I'm really passionate about branding. And branding design without brand is really worthless and not something I should offer to people. I shouldn't offer only design. I should offer design and branding. So branding is very important. How do we explain branding? Well, first we have to explain what a brand is, okay? I like to look at a brand as an idea or a movement, okay? And I'm going to use Target and Publix as an example because those are brands that I love. And brands, when you become to love a brand, that's when they're successful. Because Brand Atlas describes branding as the universal currency of success. So when people fall in love with your brand, you've made it. It's like, yes, this is where I need to be, because a loved brand is a successful brand that grows and lives on. So the ultimate goal of a business is to build a brand that people love. It's a big idea. It's not about, it's not all about the service you offer. It's not all about the product you offer. You are building a package, and you're giving this package out. And a brand, Marty Newmayer, I'm looking at my notes. Marty Newmayer with the Brand Gap describes a brand as not what you say it is, it's what they say it is. So it's how people that come in contact with your brand, it's how they perceive it. It's how people perceive the brand that they come in contact with. Your brand speaks for you when you're not in the room. So let's say Target walks in to my house, okay, Target, the brand. They don't need to walk in here and tell me how they make me feel. I can tell you right now, without Target telling me what their brand is, I can tell you what the Target brand is. I want to go to Target for no reason. I don't even need to buy anything, and I want to go to Target. I don't know what it is. It's hard to really say, but it's all those tangible things that make me love Target. So, and that's where design comes in. So let's not get carried away. Brand is the idea. It's what makes people come back to you, okay? So the brand, you're building this package, you're handing people this package. That's what your brand is. And then you're walking away and hoping that you understood what they needed, okay? And that you're giving them what they can relate to and what they can trust and what they'll come back to. So you're building a brand, you're building an idea with your business. And all the time, the whole idea is you're building a brand that people will fall in love with. That's your idea every single day. Branding is the process of building that recognition. So Luhv'lee Design Company, Luhv'lee Design Company, Luhv'lee Design Company. I need them to know the name, Luhv'lee, 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 mesmerize them, Luhv'lee, right? So it's building the recognition. It's constantly getting out there. It's getting them to love it, getting them to understand it. So the branding process is, this is my brand. Do you understand it? Do you love it? Do you trust it? So number 3 is getting them to come back. They love it. They trust it. I keep wanting to go to Target, even though I don't need anything. So the brand is the idea. Branding is the process. Brand identity, brand design is making all of those intangibles tangible. It's letting them hold your brand. So for instance, I have 5,000, all these business cards. This is brand identity. This is me handing you my brand. This is my brand. So it's being able to feel a brand, see a brand, taste a brand, hold a brand, watch a brand move. So the design is the tangible piece of branding. So you have brand. Brand is how you're making people feel, okay? So let's go back to when someone says building a brand. That's not building a logo. That's not building a tagline. I want to build your brand. That's really, and I probably have said that before in my career. That's a bold statement. I want to build your brand. That takes a village to build a brand, okay? But I can tell you, I can build your brand identity, so I can design it for you. And that's what Luhv'lee does currently, is I design your brand identity. I design what people hold, the tangible product of your brand. I design that. So that's the brand identity. So let's go back to the main idea. Brand. It's what people say about you when you're not in the room. It's how you're making people feel. That is your brand. What is your brand? It's your process. It's your logo. It's how you email people. It's how you respond to conflict. It's the website process. So when people come to your website, is it clear? Is it easy to use? Can they contact you easily? What if they have a problem? Are you a click away? That is your brand. The brand is how you're making people feel, keeping them coming back, building the trust. And that's why it's like so hard to wrap your head around, because brand is so many things. It's not just your visual identity. That is your brand identity, is the visual piece of it. And that's what I specialize in currently. But your brand is what keeps you going and what makes people fall in love with you. And that's what you need to be building every day of your business, is building a brand that people fall in love with. Every single day when you email a customer back, is that going to make them fall in love with my brand? It's an idea. Am I being Target for my ideal consumer? Now, you're not going to be the brand for everybody, and that's not what this is all about. And that's when you answer these main questions, and I wrote them down. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I think I got rid of it. It's basically, what do you do? Who needs it? How are you going to get that out there? So what medium are you going to use to get that message out there? And then how are you going to cultivate that? So how are you going to manage that? So it's what do you do and who needs it? That's the main question. What do you do? What do you bring to the table? The Luhv'lee Design Company brings graphic design to the table. Okay, great. Who needs that? Because I don't need to speak to the masses, okay? I need to narrow it down. That way I can make sure that group of people that I'm narrowing to, right? So I'm talking to this group of people. Let's say Sailor Moon is my target audience. I'm speaking to Sailor Moon, target audience. Small business owners, women business owners. This is going to be distracting. I'm going to put her down. I'm speaking to a group of people. So now I can make sure that whatever I'm saying, that group of people will fall in love with my brand. Now, if I say I'm a graphic designer for everyone in the world, that's going to be hard to get everyone in the world to fall in love with my brand. So it's knowing who am I going after? Who needs me? And then how am I going to talk to them? How am I going to get this to them? And how every day I'm going to get them to fall in love with my brand. So the branding process, let's go through the branding process. It's you're conducting research. Like I just said, who needs what I am offering? Who needs that? Are they a female or a male? What age are they? What's the age group? Are they 30 to 40 to 50? Are they millennials? What age are they? Are they male, female? What age? What does their day look like? What are their struggles? What do they need? What is the gap that I'm filling? What do they need? So that's the research that you're doing. You are learning everything you can learn about your consumer, because again, that's who we need to fall in love with our brand. The brand that we're building is for them. Again, a brand is what they say it is. My brand is what they say it is, not what I say it is, because it's how they perceived it. I'm delivering the package. If I did the right job, if I did a good job, they're going to fall in love with my brand. If I researched my consumer, if I knew what they needed, if I put in the time, they're going to fall in love with my brand. If they don't fall in love with it, then I go back to the drawing board, because that's what it takes to build a brand, is patience, knowing that every single day I am fighting to build a brand that people love, understand, a brand that resonates with that group of people that I needed to resonate with. So I did the research, I learned them, I know who they are. I have a physical image of that person in my mind, and I'm delivering something that they need, not what I think they need, not a brand I love, it's a brand that they love. And then it's clarifying your strategy. Number one is research. Number two is strategy. So how am I going to get this to them? That's the person that needs it. This is everything they need. I know who they are. My strategy is, how am I going to get this to them? What are all the touch points that's going to face that person? They're going to go to my website. So my website needs to have a clear message. Their social media, business cards, direct mail, the process of getting them in the door, and do I send them a client gift as soon as they sign on with me? All of these things, so all of the touch points. What is going to be my strategy? Number one, research. Number two, strategy. And then number three, design it, right? So design the identity. So it's, okay, what is my logo going to look like? Again, keeping that target audience in mind, keeping that person in mind that I need to love my brand. Because at the end of the day, I need my brand to be loved in order to grow, in order to last. So what does my logo need to look like? It's not about what Jessica wants. It's not about me. Yeah, I need to love my logo, but it's, so what do I need to design for that person to love my brand? So brand identity. What does my business card need to look like? What does my letterhead need to look like? What does my website need to look like? Again, building a brand that people love. And that's what Luhv'lee Design Company is here for. Building a brand, designing a brand that people will love, okay? So number four, create the touch points. So we're designing the identity, we're designing the logo, we're designing everything, and then we're creating the touch points. So Luhv'lee needs to be on Instagram. Luhv'lee needs to be on Facebook. Luhv'lee needs to have shirts. Luhv'lee needs to be at this kind of trade show. Luhv'lee needs to be at First Friday. Where does Luhv'lee need to be? Create my touch points. Where do I need to be to get my brand out there? The process of branding, the process of building awareness. So where do I need to be? We need to create that. We need to establish that right now. What are the touch points for Luhv'lee? Again, keeping that target audience in mind. That person, that's the person that's going to love my brand. So where are they? Touch points. Where are they? How can I get to them? That's what I need to establish. And then managing all of that. So managing everything. So we're keeping up with the times. We're staying relevant. We did the research. We need to continue doing research. We have our strategy. We're following our strategy. We have our brand identity. Do we need a refresh? Do I need a new logo? Managing everything, staying where, okay, we need new touch points. 6 months later, we need new touch points. Where is that consumer? Where is that person that needs to fall in love with our brand, that needs our brand? Where are they? We need to meet them where they are. So managing everything every day, that's the process. And you don't do it by yourself. Like that's a lot of things, right? I mean, right now I'm doing it by myself, and it's like, you see things start to fall through. And that's when it takes a village. It takes people to buy into the brand, stakeholders that you can trust to be there for you to help you build the brand. Because after explaining it, you're like, oh my God, like I'm not just starting a business because I love what I do. I'm building a brand that people will fall in love with. Coca-Cola, Target, Publix, Sam's Club, Amazon, Whole Foods. You're building a brand that people see, hear, and understand, because that's a successful brand. It's being seen, so you're at all those touch points. Your consumers at First Friday, so you're at First Friday. So it's being seen, it's being heard, so creating a clear message. Luhv'lee design company. Your business should look as good as it is. Does that resonate with them? If they don't understand it, I'm failing. So it's the research, the strategy, the design, all of it flows together. You can't have branding without design. You can't have design without branding. That's why Luhv'lee wants to bring in branding as a service. So let's sum this up, because again, I'm super passionate about branding, so I can go on and on and on. Branding, brand, it is the package. It is the idea. It is what people say about you when you're not in the room. Okay. Branding is the process of people even knowing your name, understanding your name, loving your name, and feeling good about you and trusting you, and they want to come back. Do people, when they work with Luhv'lee Design Company, do they want to come back? Okay. I'm doing it right then, right? And it's not going to happen immediately. My first 6 months in the business, I don't feel like I'm that brand yet. I'm not there yet. So I need to keep going every day, understanding my consumer and knowing who they are, who needs me, how do I speak to them, clear message, branding, brand identity is designing that, making it tangible. They can feel it, they can taste it, they can see it move, they can hold it. That's the brand identity. That's where design comes in. Design, what is the word? I wrote it down. I loved it. What is it? Design. Fuels recognition. So it's like you want the brand awareness out there, but design fuels that, fuels the recognition. It amplifies the differentiation. I'm reading notes. Amplifies the differentiation. So design, you have to have it, and you need professional design. And I'm not just saying that. Go hire someone else, but you need it. So that's it for branding. It's a long-term process, and I'm going to have a class coming up soon, and I'm also going to be offering services for branding specifically. Thank you for tuning in. Garrett's home. So thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.